You've probably heard two very different things about credit cards. One person tells you they're dangerous. You'll get into debt, ruin your credit, and spend the next 10 years digging yourself out. Another person tells you they're amazing. Free travel, cash back, building credit. You're leaving money on the table if you don't have one. So who's right? The truth is, credit cards are neither dangerous nor amazing. They're a tool, and like any tool, they can build something great or cause real damage. It all depends on how you use them. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how credit cards work, whether you should get one, and most importantly, how to use one without regret. Let's start with the basics. A credit card is not free money. I know that sounds obvious, but the way credit cards are marketed with flashy rewards, travel points, and apply now buttons everywhere, it's easy to forget what you're actually signing up for. When you use a credit card, you are borrowing money from the bank. Every time you swipe, tap, or enter your card online, the bank pays the merchant on your behalf, and in exchange, you promise to pay the bank back. Here's where it gets important. If you pay back what you borrowed in full by the due date, you pay zero interest. The bank charges you nothing. It's essentially a short-term, interest-free loan. But if you don't pay it back in full, if you only pay the minimum or even most of it but not all, then the bank starts charging you interest. And credit card interest is expensive. Credit card interest rates typically range from 15 to 25%. Some are even higher. That means if you carry a balance, that debt grows quickly. And minimum payments are designed to keep you paying for years. A $1,000 balance at 20% interest, paid only the minimum each month, can take over 5 years to pay off and cost you hundreds in interest. This is the most important thing to understand about credit cards. They are a great tool if you never pay interest. They are an expensive trap if you do. So if you get a credit card, you must follow one rule. Pay the full balance every month, every single month, not most months. Not when you have extra cash. Every month. If you cannot commit to that rule, do not get a credit card. Wait until you're ready. There's no shame in that. Using a debit card or cash is perfectly fine while you build the habit of managing your spending. A credit card will still be there when you're ready. Now, if you can commit to paying the full balance every month, let's talk about why a credit card can actually be a good idea. Reason 1, building credit. Your credit score matters more than you might think. It affects whether you can rent an apartment, whether you can buy a car, whether you can get a mortgage. Sometimes it even affects whether you get a job or how much you pay for car insurance. Without a credit history, you're invisible to lenders. And when you do need to borrow, for a car, a home, or even a major emergency, you'll either get denied or pay much higher interest rates. A credit card is one of the easiest ways to start building that history. When you use a credit card responsibly, charging small amounts and paying in full each month, you show lenders that you can handle debt. Over time, your credit score improves. And a good credit score saves you real money. Lower interest rates on loans, lower insurance premiums, better approval odds for apartments. It's not exciting, but it matters. Reason 2, rewards and perks. Many credit cards offer cashback or travel points. If you're already spending money on things like groceries, gas, and subscriptions, you might as well get something back. A 1.5% cashback card means for every $100 you spend, you get $1.50 back. It's not going to make you rich, but it's a small perk for spending money you're going to spend anyway. But here's the catch. Rewards only make sense if you never pay interest. The moment you carry a balance, the interest you pay will far outweigh any rewards you earn. A $1,000 purchase with 20% interest costs you $200 in a year. That same purchase earning 1.5% cash back gives you $15. The math doesn't work if you're paying interest. Reason 3, security and protection. If someone steals your debit card and drains your bank account, that's your money gone. Your rent check bounces. Your bills go unpaid. You might get the money back eventually, but in the meantime, you're scrambling. With a credit card, if there's fraud, it's the bank's money that's at risk. You're not left without cash. You simply report the fraud, the bank investigates, and you're not responsible for the charges. Credit cards also often offer purchase protection, extended warranties, and rental car insurance. These aren't reasons to get a card on their own, but they're nice benefits to have. So those are the upsides. Now let's talk about how to choose your first credit card. If you have no credit history, you may need to start with a secured card. You put down a deposit, say $200 or $500, and that becomes your credit limit. You use the card like any other credit card. After 6 to 12 months of responsible use, many secured cards will upgrade you to a regular card and return your deposit. This is a safe, low-risk way to start. If you already have some credit history, look for a card with no annual fee. There are plenty of good options. Look for something simple, maybe 1.5% cashback on everything. Don't worry about travel rewards, airline miles, or complicated point systems. Keep it simple. Your first card is about building habits, not maximizing rewards. Avoid cards with annual fees. Avoid store credit cards that offer a discount on your first purchase. Those often have high interest rates and encourage overspending, and avoid any card that feels like it's pushing you to spend more than you normally would. Once you have the card, here's how to use it without regret. First, set up AutoPay. Connect your bank account and set it to pay the full statement balance automatically each month. This ensures you never miss a payment and never pay interest. Do this the day you get the card. Don't wait. Second, treat your credit card like a debit card. Only spend what you have in your bank account. If you don't have the money in your checking account to cover a purchase, don't put it on credit. This one mental shift prevents almost all credit card problems. Third, keep your credit utilization low. That's the percentage of your credit limit you're using. If your limit is $1,000, try to keep your balance below $300. Lower is better for your credit score. You don't need to obsess over this, but it's good to be aware. Fourth, don't apply for multiple cards at once. Each application causes a small, temporary dip in your credit score. Start with one card. Use it responsibly for at least a year before considering another. Now let's address some common fears. What if I'm scared I'll overspend? If you're worried about impulse spending, a credit card might not be right for you yet. That's okay. Start with a debit card or cash. Build the habit of spending within your means first. The credit card will still be there when you're ready. There's no deadline. What if I miss a payment? This is why AutoPay is so important. Set it up immediately. If you do miss a payment, pay it as soon as you realize. One late payment can hurt your credit score, but the damage lessens over time if you stay consistent afterward. Don't let one mistake turn into a pattern. What if I can't get approved? If you have no credit history, you might not get approved for a regular card. That's normal. Start with a secured card, or ask if a parent or trusted family member can add you as an authorized user on their card. This can help you build credit without the responsibility of your own account. Just make sure they have good credit habits themselves. Here's the bottom line. A credit card is not something to fear, but it's also not something to treat casually. It's a financial tool that rewards discipline and punishes carelessness. If you can commit to paying the full balance every month, if you can spend only what you already have, and if you can treat it as a tool rather than a source of free money, then yes, getting a credit card can be a smart move. It helps you build credit, gives you small rewards, and offers better fraud protection than a debit card. If any of that feels uncertain, there's no rush. Take your time. Build the habits first. Use a debit card. Save cash. The credit card will be there when you're ready, and when you are, you'll use it the right way. And if you do get one, remember the one rule that makes everything else work. Pay the full balance every month. If this video helped you make sense of credit cards, hit like. It helps more people find the channel. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.